Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another HEDM's morning devotion. My name is Sister Malika, and today's topic is, will you be ready when the bridegroom comes? A key word from the topic that I'd like your focus to be on is the word ready. And with that being said, I have a Sankey, and I'm going to sing it for you that correlates to the topic. Will you be ready when the bridegroom comes? Will you be ready when the bridegroom comes? Whether morning, noon, or night, will your light be shining bright? Will you be ready when the bridegroom comes? Will you be ready when the bridegroom comes? Will you be ready when the bridegroom comes? Whether morning, noon, or night, will your light be shining bright? Will you be ready when the bridegroom comes? So the word routine was mentioned a few weeks ago, and ever since then, it kind of just stuck with me. So to me, routine is a thing that's repetitive, or you could say a fixed program that one can become complacent in and actually miss out on new beginnings a new day has to offer. On the other hand, some people could have a routine that doesn't benefit them as they'd hope it would. So I'm going to touch more on that with an example. Let's say you work every morning, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and you take the public transportation to get to work. In this case, we're going to use the bus as our type of public transportation. And you only have to take one bus, and that's good, right? Only one bus to drop you right off to work. But the catch is you have to be at the bus stop on time to reach to work at a proper time. So the bus you'd want to catch is the 8:15 a.m. bus, and the travel time being about 30 minutes. You'd reach work at a good time, giving you 15 minutes to put down your personal belongings, prepare your mind for the shift and for the day, and most of all, you get to clock in on time. Now, if you miss that bus, the next one isn't coming until 8:40. By the time you walk into work, it's around 9:11, and now you're late for work, and you can't get a pass because you clocked in outside the 10-minute grace period your job offered. So knowing that you have to make that 8:15 bus for you not to have any conflict with your workplace, you want to ensure you don't miss it. And how can you ensure that? I say a proper preparation and plan will help you do just that, such as getting your work clothes ready the night before, even down to your undergarments if you're a bit indecisive, right? And style your hair the night before, or at least decide what kind of style you'd want to do the next morning. And another thing to consider is if you have breakfast in mind and how you want to prepare. If you want to prepare it at home, or if you want to just like get a store-bought, grab and go. So when you finish your preparations and smoothing out the details, setting an alarm clock will be the next best thing. And you know yourself best, so set your alarm or alarms accordingly. After all of the preparation and planning, we should be set in the morning to make that 8:15 bus. Now is the next morning. Your dream's going good, sleep feeling sweet, and you start to hear a little tune playing in your dream. And it's cool until you start to hear it again. And you start to like regain conscience, and you're like, that's my alarm, right? And it's like, I have to wake up now. So you wake up. Obviously, you're waking up a little late than the time you planned to or the time you wanted to. And so that way your time to get ready now is cut a little short. but you still have enough time to get ready and make it to work on time. But let's say you start your day and maybe for some reason you open a social media app and then you start scrolling through your feeds, maybe checking up on like messages that your family or friends may have sent you while you were sleeping, and you kind of get caught up in like the social media warp and the trap. But the time you were doing all of that, you were actually supposed to be showering and getting ready to head out. So now you find yourself rushing, and hopefully you went with styling your hair the night before. But if you didn't, you'll have to style it now in the morning. So you may have missed out like your time frame to make breakfast if you wanted to make breakfast, or you maybe didn't have time to eat breakfast at all. You had to take a quicker shower. You might have even have to redo your hairstyle if it didn't come out right the morning that you tried to get it done. And you may have to run or jog a little to make that buzz, but you made it, right? And that's good. But as you sit on the bus a little winded amongst the other calm beings on the bus, and you start like thinking to yourself, oh, I should have done this instead of this and instead of that, and like, you know, you start realizing that like where you went wrong in like your morning readiness. So I gave y'all that example because just as the plan to get to work on time is pretty simple, so is the plan to make it into the gates of heaven. Sometimes we may run into troubling moments that come unannounced and wasn't a part of your initial plan, but don't dwell or don't get stuck in that moment, because time is ticking and soon the bridegroom will come. Like the song said, whether morning, noon, or night. We don't know, right? So just continue following God's commandments, pray, read the Bible, grow your knowledge, love God as He loves us all, and trust in Him fully. It may be a little challenging with the society we live in, but it's not impossible. You must actually want it and put in the work to make it. As I mentioned earlier, the word ready was important to keep in mind. And for definition purposes, ready means in a suitable or acceptable state for an activity, action, or situation. In other words, fully prepared. The bridegroom is Jesus. So the topic don't mean the ready you may tell your family or friends when they're coming to pick you up and they ask you if you're ready and you reply saying yes, knowing that you still have to get dressed, you may have to put on your shoes, get your bag ready, and you might even want to eat a little something, right? Instead, the topic needs you to be ready, outside waiting for the bridegroom to pull up right in front of your home, with you knowing that you did everything you had to make it to that exact moment. A few words I'd like to leave you all with is to prioritize your priorities. The decisions you make will affect how you get where you need to get. You can choose to continue doing things that you're not supposed to do and delay or even prevent you from getting there, or you can choose to stay on track, limit outside distractions, and not get derailed from your destination. I hope everyone listening got a message from this video. I know I did. And with that being said, continue to have a blessed and wonderful day.